Hi guys, welcome back to Charmed Intuition Tarot. So for today's video, we're going to be doing something a little bit different, a little fun. A lot of you really like the reviews and a lot of you like the pick a cards, some of you like the charms. So we're combining it all together in a video that I was really inspired to do by Tara over at Kittens Weights and Tarot. And I love her channel, you guys. I always just feel very inspired when I watch her videos. She's just got this energy about her that leaves you just feeling, I don't know, motivated. I don't know. She's just got this really nice presence. And I really love her videos. Particularly, I love her shell casting video. She does a video about how to create your own oracle deck that I really loved. And she's just she's really interesting. She's got a lot of different interests. In fact, she's just put out, it's pre-order available now, but her oracle deck, her very own oracle deck, and it's called Wallys World, and it includes her little Puma Wally all throughout the deck. So definitely check that out. I'll link her website down below if you'd like to pre-order that. But yeah, I'm just very inspired because she did her animal deck collection and then she turned it into a pick a card. I thought that was just a brilliant idea. So I think I'm gonna sort of go with that and then also include some animal charms too. So what I did was I took out all my animal charms and I put them in this little cup. So for each card, we'll also include a animal charm as well. And what else do we have here? I think that's all. So what I'm gonna do is down below, I'll link the timestamps directly to the pick a card portion of each video, but if you'd like to watch the reviews as well, feel free to do so. But we'll get started. So we've got number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, so pick a deck that's jumping out at you. Feel free to pick more than one. And we will get started. Okay, so if you chose the first pile, you chose the Crystal Unicorn deck, which I love. It is so cute. Definitely one of my favorites. It reminds me of my great-grandma, who just loved unicorns. She collected them. But I love this deck. You guys really seem to like it too. I used it on a few pick a cards, and it is just so cute. The colors are very pastel, very soft. It sort of reminds me of things I would have really loved to collect in the 90s. I just love it. But we've got beautiful font here. The artwork is by Lisa Higuchi, and the deck itself is by Pamela Chen. Definitely recommend this one. So cute. Nice, sturdy little box. I store most of my decks in boxes. This one I happen to keep in a little pouch, but oftentimes I'll keep them in the boxes just because they're nice and safe in there. The little guidebook is super handy, very cute. All of the information you would need to get started. Very, very nice. So, I think this deck actually would be excellent for beginners, for people that are intimidated by the original artwork or people that don't really like the original artwork, because this sort of gets you started with the original meanings of each card, yet the imagery is a lot more gentle and soft. So like we jumped here to the 10 of Swords, which isn't the most pleasant card, but even like just their coloring, like the Tower card, again, not everyone's favorite card, but I don't know, there's something about it that still conveys the message of like the Tower. However, it's just a little softer, so it's a little less intimidating. People tend to sort of feel more relaxed with this deck if an uncomfortable card does happen to come up. So definitely recommend for beginners or if you just really like unicorns. So let's get into your message and we'll pull a couple animal charms for you, but let's see here. So we're going to do it like, what's your message for today? The day you're watching this video, what do you need to know? Okay, so 3 of Pentacles. This is one of my favorite cards actually. And I think for you today, the basic message would be to do your best to work well with others, okay? Maybe you have a skill or something you've been working on. Sorry guys, I really tried to hold that in. I couldn't do it. But yeah, to me this is all about skill, mastering a skill, bringing something to the table and accepting help from others. So sort of teamwork. I get a very strong teamwork vibe for this, because it's really about other people bringing in their skills and then you bringing in your skills. So to me, the main message for today would be working well with others, doing your best to, you know, communicate well with others, accept help, ask for help when you need it, and offer your help to others today. So there might be a situation today where your skill is really appreciated or maybe your advice is really appreciated, okay? So what I thought I would do too is we'll go into the book here just to show you how they sort of set up their guidebook, and my boyfriend's going to be walking in a minute. Sometimes I try to wait till he's gone to do videos, but he lives here, so I can't prevent him from walking around his house. Okay, so it says, Pop the champagne. Your efforts and talents are finally being recognized and you are totally on the right track. You are creating a reputation for a 5-star work, which will bring you even more abundance. You've reached your goals, now set on new ones and keep going. So the keywords here are team building, reputation, and I'm not going to read the reversal. I tend to not read reversals, but yeah, teamwork is a big thing for you guys today. Okay, it's also wanting you to recognize that you have achieved a lot, recognize things that you have achieved in your life, skills that you've really mastered, things that you've accomplished. So it's really wanting you to recognize that, set new goals, work well with others. Teamwork is my main feeling when I see this particular card. So teamwork might be something important to consider today. And just remember, other people can help you move forward too. It's not just, there's always help. There's always help available. So, okay, let's pull a couple charms. Okay, so you have the frog and the dragonfly. So when I see the frog, I think of adaptability. Okay, I think of growth. And I also think of moving forward. So I think that makes a lot of sense with this card. So this card really is about setting new goals, realizing what you've accomplished, and moving forward. So, for you today, moving forward, really sort of taking a step in the right direction and accepting help, working well with others, could really move you forward. So, keep that in mind while working with others at work or just in a passion or hobby that you have. There could be some people that will really help propel you forward. And the dragonfly, oftentimes with dragonflies, I just think of like intuition. I always think of angels when I see dragonflies, and I think for me that could just be because I have a friend who really associates dragonflies with angels. So, to me that just means that you might have some spirit, some past loved ones or some spiritual help also assisting you as part of that team to propel you forward. So overall, group 1 for the Unicorn Tarot, that's a really nice message. It just sort of tells me that you're on the right path. You're working hard, you're really honing in on your skills, and to keep going, because I think you're going to accomplish a lot. Okay, so we'll move on to group 2. Okay, group 2, if you chose this deck, this is the Tarot Fauna by Devin Strickler, and the artwork is by Brittany Burkhardt. And this deck is beautiful. Again, a really nice sturdy box. Love the artwork. This one, if I go to do a tarot party, I oftentimes bring this one, and this one gets chosen quite a bit. And my apologies, it's not in order, but I'll just sort of show you a few of the cards here. And so in her deck, feathers would be swords, the torches are wands. Look at that Lover's card. So wands, she's used fox for those, owls for feathers. There's another feathers card. Pentacles, she's used bears, and she's used those rocks for that. And then shells, she's used otters, and that would be the cups card. So very clever, very cute. Love the artwork. Really nice cardstock too. It's really smooth to shuffle. It's sort of unlike any card I've ever felt, actually. It's sort of unique, but very nice quality. I love it. I love shuffling this deck. I love the artwork. People really enjoy getting read with this deck. So let's see what your message for today is. Let's pull one card to see. Ooh, that was too many. Let's take this one here. 2 of feathers, so the 2 of swords. So let's pull some charms for some clarifying. Okay, so some of you might be trying to make a decision, okay? So some of you might be confused about something or not have all the information, but it's telling you to really use your intuition in this. So oftentimes with the 2 of swords, what we're trying to decide between is something we're already well aware of, yet we feel like we're not quite ready to make that decision, or we're missing some information. But to me, I oftentimes think of intuition when I see this card. So there might be a decision you're trying to make. It's just telling you to really trust your intuition, you know, really follow your gut with this decision, okay? The hedgehog and the elephant. With the elephant, I think oftentimes of, you know, keep going, you know, sort of going through any obstacle with strength and really sort of charging forward is what I think of with an elephant. Oftentimes, you know, as it pertains to this message, I mean, the elephant charm gives me a lot of messages, but you know, I'm getting a strong feeling that perhaps you're hiding right now, or you're feeling vulnerable. So I would say just keep moving forward, trust your intuition, you know, believe in yourself. And I think the answers will become clear very soon. The answer you're looking for will surface very soon. Okay, so there's a bit of a conflicting feeling here. Maybe you're deciding between two different options and you feel like you need more information, but it's telling you that everything you need, you already have access to. So you already have a very strong like if you're watching this and this is the deck you picked, chances are you're very intuitive, okay? So really follow that. And with the elephant, again, I think of just sort of charging forth, breaking down any obstacle and really going for it. And with the hedgehog, I think of sort of shielding yourself, maybe hiding or being a little bit defensive even. So just something to consider for you, group 2. If that doesn't resonate, no worries. It might not have been your message. You can pick another deck, but yeah. And we'll move on to number 3. Okay, so if you chose the third deck, then you chose another one of my favorites, and that is the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit deck. This one is one of my most frequently used decks. I use this for a lot of romance readings, believe it or not, because this one is really excellent at describing personality traits. Okay, so I spent a lot of time learning this deck. Pardon me, I'm just going to reach for my book here to show you. But I've spent a lot of time really going through this book and learning about each card because I really loved the interpretations. And it's taught me a lot about just animal cards in general. But this deck is beautiful. This is one of my favorites. I don't have the Wild Unknown Tarot, I just have the Oracle. But it's so stunning. I mean, the backings are beautiful. Again, a really nice cardstock. And the artwork, I mean, it's like ink drawings, but they've added color to them. So each card is quite striking. Like, I love them. And they've used the elements here. So that's how you decipher like where to find your card in the book, in the guidebook. But what I love about this deck is, and any deck really, is it's good to start learning to read them intuitively, okay? So once you get a basic understanding of that animal for you, because each animal is going to have personal meanings. A rabbit card to one person might be something different to someone else. So I encourage you not to only rely on the books. I've read a lot of books, a lot of tarot books, and it did build a basic, you know, foundation, but I don't think there's anything wrong with reading intuitively. And that's sort of what also tells me that anyone can read tarot and oracle. You don't need to have, like, I don't possess any ability that you don't have. So it's just a matter of really honing in on your intuition and your creativity, because you can definitely read tarot, and it's just about like, so if you see this camel card, what does it mean to you? And don't judge what comes to mind. Like, you don't need to, like, there's no wrong answer. There really isn't a wrong answer, because that message that, how do I explain it? If that's the message that came to you, that's the message you needed to hear. Does that make sense? I hope it does. But my point is like, I think anyone can read tarot. And when collecting cards, like, really, I mean, for tarot, there's a basic, you know, basic meanings for each card. And, you know, some people do read intuitively based on the artwork. But for oracle, really, you can really just trust your intuition, use your imagination. Sort of the general tone that the card gives you is going to give you a clue on what that meaning is. Just start trusting yourself more, I guess, with your intuitiveness. Like, there's really, again, no wrong answer. Like, I think of creativity when I see a spider. With all these colors, I think of creativity, I think of hard work. So I love this deck a lot, highly recommend. And again, just to get back to the guidebook here. So what I love about the guidebook is not only the way it's organized, so she's really, her introduction's awesome. Like, I love everything she's written. A lot of things she wrote really sort of spoke to me it made a lot of sense, but she's got the elements, okay? So she's got earth, creatures of the field and forest, water, creatures of the oceans, rivers, and lakes. So see how she's organized it here? Fire, creatures of the desert and grasslands, air, creatures of the sky, and then she's also added in spirit, okay? So if you saw that there was like an egg card, so that would fit into this. Okay, so that's how you sort of use this guidebook. So if you were to pull the elephant card, you would know that it's a fire. So then you turn to that chapter. So it's really easy to navigate. But again, I do ask, you know, to at least trust yourself, and I think you can sort of come up with your own intuitive meanings as well as with the book too. The book does teach us a lot, but what I love about it is she's got keywords, okay? And then she's got sort of a little description, and then when in balance, content, active, vibrant, when out of balance, overworked or annoyed. So you can easily tell by reading this, like, you know, if you pulled the B card, you know, you might be feeling overworked or annoyed, and then she teaches you how to bring it into balance. So mini vacation. So if you pull the B card, you know, then a mini vacation might be good for you. So what I thought we would do for this particular deck, if you chose this third deck, is we'll shuffle you a card. I'll tell you my intuitive meaning, and then we'll go to the book and see if there's any additional information for you. So let's see what you're meaning. Oh, vulture. Okay. So when I think of vulture, I think of those things that need to get done that we don't really want to do, okay? These are the things in life that aren't so fun to do but need to get done to move us forward. So today it might be really important to do some house cleaning, some things like that will really propel you forward and give you motivation for the week. Okay, so it's Friday now, so maybe, you know, if you're watching this today and it's Friday, maybe you don't want to do that today, but the basic point of it is to get those things done that are really going to make things easier for you later. It's also, to me, when I see vulture, is about that sense of all of these things that happen that might feel negative sometimes happen for a reason. Okay, there's a purpose to it. Okay, and it doesn't always feel that way, but sometimes it can lead us to something later on that we're very grateful to have. Okay, so again, I know that doesn't fit into every situation, but more often than not, if we're going through a difficult time, it can lead us to something quite wonderful. So let's go to the vulture page and see if there's anything that the book, oh there, perfect, okay. Okay, so guardian and purifier, essential for rebalance. So sort of like I was saying, like some of these things are essential to sort of get you feeling good again, okay? It says, the vulture is perhaps the most understood creature of all. This intriguing bird balances our ecosystem and prevents the spread of disease. It does the dirty work that no one else wants to and cleans up our messes. The vulture appears when there's a situation that needs to be purified or brought back into balance. Remember, the vulture is greatly undervalued. What you thought was a mistake or a tragedy is a blessing in disguise. So that makes sense with like the interpretation that I felt from the card. Also, like, again, I'm very familiar with these particular cards, but when in balance, clarifies, reveals wisdom. When out of balance, dramatic or aggressive. So if you feel like you might have been or feeling more dramatic or aggressive lately, then, you know, cleaning your space, doing some saging of your space or lighting some candles might be really beneficial for you today, okay? Or just this weekend in general. So, you know, we all get in phases like this. This happens to everyone, feeling like, you know, out of balance or just sort of bleh. Like sometimes you just feel not so positive, and that's okay. That's called being human. So, but there are things that you can do to help balance yourself and make yourself feel better. So that's your message, group 3. I hope you enjoyed it or that it resonated. Let me know if you liked this style of video, because I have other themes of decks that I would be totally open to reviewing, but I hope that resonated, and I'll see you next time. Sorry guys, I forgot to do your charms. I hope you're still here, but I was so wrapped up in this vulture card and the meaning there that I forgot to do your charms, but we can't leave the charms out. This is Charms Intuition Tarot. What was I thinking? So let's pull a few charms. I'm going to try and grab one, so I'll hold this up to you and I'll close my eyes here. Okay. So, the fish charm. That makes a lot of sense. So with the vulture charm about, you know, moving forward and doing things that need to get done that aren't really so fun, I think, you know, when I see the fish charm, I think of, you know, just keep swimming. This particular charm, as I'm sure you've seen in other videos, always makes me think of Dory. So just keep swimming, keep moving forward. So, you know, despite having to do these sort of things that don't feel so fun, or like housework, things like that, it is going to sort of keep us moving forward. And it keeps us from getting sort of like that, in that funk, you know what I mean? Like, we know when things get overwhelming and we haven't really done the things we need to do that are important, we can kind of get overwhelmed and then not want to do anything. It's sort of like that general feeling I'm getting with this charm. Sort of just to keep moving, okay? Just even if it's small steps, just keep moving, do things that you need to get done. So if you have a to-do list, maybe tick one thing off at a time, and sooner than later, you're going to feel more accomplished and, you know, confident, and then you're gonna be able to, you know, tackle more tasks. But I actually really like this card for you guys, and sorry about almost forgetting your charm. Again, this is real here. I didn't want to re-record because I really liked your card. I don't like to re-record, so I really wanted you guys to, you know, get the meaning from this card, because I think a lot of you might need to hear this particular message. So thanks again. See you guys later. Okay, if you guys chose the Animal Wisdom Tarot, then this message is for you. But quickly, this deck is amazing, and I'll show you why. Part of the reason I love it so much is the guidebook, but also the box. Like, this is beautiful. This would be an amazing gift. This is an excellent beginner deck. It looks beautiful on the shelf. It's all like full color. Just so much effort has gone into this deck, and I really do love it. And the guidebook is one of the main reasons why, okay? Just because it's chock full of information for beginners or for people that just want to learn more about tarot. So she's got information about numbers, she's got information about the suits. There's like the major arcana, minor arcana. She's got what is tarot. Not only that, it's all color coded, okay? And full color. Like the whole book is full color. She's got tons of information, some sort of basic information if you're just quickly looking for the answer. But then she goes quite in depth too, and like with a final message. She's got the elements, the traditional name of the particular card. She's got like just so much information here. So this deck truly would be an amazing beginner deck, just because it teaches you right from the basics. Like, she's got some spreads there. It's just amazing. I love this deck. And I think this deck would be excellent for people that want to share tarot with their children, or if you have like children or young people in your life that really are interested in this kind of thing, but you might not want them to have the original, you know, artwork or traditional tarot pictures. This is a lot. Just the illustrations are just a lot more, I don't know, they're just soft. They're very nice. So we'll just quickly scan through here, but like borderless, really smooth, sort of glossy finish. They're nice. They're a big card. Now, I've got small hands, so just to even put it in perspective. So this was the, here, I'll grab one of my tarot cards. So this is traditional tarot size. So see, it's a good size. Really nice size deck. And even though I've got small hands, I don't have any problem shuffling this one, really. You can kind of just shuffle from the top or even from the side. It's just, I think it's because they're so smooth. They're not that difficult to shuffle. But they're so nice. I love the backings. You could read reversals if you chose to. But let's see what your message is for today. 8 of Feathers. Okay, let's grab you a charm or two. I'm trying to grab it without looking, but also show you guys the charm. So, okay. Oh, I grabbed 3. Okay. So, the albatross, the 8 of Feathers, which would be the 8 of Swords. This is all about feeling trapped, okay? And if you look at this picture, this is a really nice card, again, for learning to read intuitively. this deck because the pictures sort of tell you everything you need to know. So if you see here, this bird sort of flying along its way, and this bird feels very trapped. But why? This bird has wings too. This bird could easily get themselves out of this situation, but they obviously feel very overwhelmed and a little bit nervous. So if some of you are feeling trapped in a situation, remember you can get yourself out of this, okay? It's only temporary, okay? You just need to sort of pull in that strength and realize that you can solve any problem. You know, I understand that difficult things happen, but the general tone of this card is very much like this bird could easily fly off. Like it could easily do that, but it's for some reason just feeling stuck or maybe unmotivated, okay? Meanwhile, this bird's flying right by. So it's just sort of that feeling of the cage is what we sort of keep ourselves in sometimes, which makes sense actually because we have the hedgehog here, and I think of sort of feeling guarded, okay? So maybe that's the way you're feeling right now. You're feeling a little bit on guard. You know, you're feeling like protecting yourself. Maybe this feeling is a self-protection thing, okay? But with the unicorn, I think of our imagination. I think of sometimes the problems we create are oftentimes more so, they're just worse in our mind than they actually end up being. They're a lot worse in our mind. So this unicorn makes a lot of sense. And then this dog. When I see this particular, I have a few dog charms, but this one makes me think of being on alert. Okay, this dog is barking. So, you know, I think maybe you're on guard. You're on alert right now. You've created something in your mind that might seem a lot worse than it actually is, okay? So that's just something to remember. Now, just to add to the message, just so I can show you the guidebook as well, let's add to my interpretation here. And we will go to the feathers here and see if there's anything else that the guidebook can add to this. So obstacles, limitations, confusion, choice, misperception. Okay. So let go of limitations, lighten up and soar. So sort of like what I was saying. So letting go of those limitations, those self-doubts. You know, it says maybe you're feeling powerless or bound by convention or limited by fear. So I feel like a lot of you are afraid, okay? And you've created, again, something in your mind that seems a lot worse than it actually will end up being. And you're on alert right now. You've put that guard up and you're feeling quite trapped, okay? But it's just telling you that with strong, large wings and graceful movements, Albatross invites us to soar above self-imposed restrictions and view life from a higher perspective. So this card is oftentimes about perspective too, okay? And maybe this bird is this same bird, okay? Just different perspectives. Sorry, I was like out of camera there. I'm like, here, look at this, guys. I have to learn to get things better in view. But yeah, so maybe this bird represents this bird from a different perspective, okay? Yeah, Albatross masterfully glides through chaotic inner storms, guiding us to safer waters. Receiving this card is a strong push to perceive clearly and assess honestly. It takes courage to accept responsibility for the restrictions that bind us, and resolution to see that we are free. An omen of luck, whether good or bad, is up to us. See, I love that. So it is up to us. Like the outcome of this particular situation is up to you here. Okay, Albatross welcomes our true self to fly above this the sea less traveled. Love that, okay? So if you're feeling a little bit trapped right now, realize it's more in your power than you think it is, okay? It's all about perception. Okay, so if you're feeling a little on guard, a little alert, a lot of it is up to perception, up to our imagination, okay? So I hope you enjoyed your quick little reading today. I'd love to hear about it in the comments, and we'll see you next time. Okay, you guys, so if you chose the Higher Intuitions Oracle, then this message is for you. And I love this deck. Not only does it have sentimental value because it was given to me and just made a really big impact on me, just the whole process of when I unwrapped it, I was like crying, and it's just, I really do love it a lot. But what I love about it, especially other than the artwork is gorgeous, the fact that it has little quotes, so each card has a quote. It's really nice to navigate this book, so it's alphabetical according to the animal on the card, okay, and I just love it. So the size is really nice and easy to handle, okay, it's really easy because I have small hands. Again, I tend to have trouble shuffling with cards. With this one, I don't have a problem, okay. Really nice cardstock, glossy finish, so it's really nice and smooth to shuffle, and I love it. So this deck, I think, really pairs really nicely with the Animal Wisdom Tarot. So if you wanted to use this as a tarot deck and then this as the accompanying oracle deck, I think that would be really nice together, just because the artwork really flows really nicely. But Jonna's artwork is just absolutely gorgeous. Like, the colors, everything. I love it. I love the keyword here. I love keywords on oracle decks because it really gives you just something to work with, okay? It gives you sort of, especially for beginner decks. So a lot of decks end up just having a picture, but with the keyword here, it just gives you a really nice jumping off point for your reading, which I love. But I just love shuffling with this. Oh, this is one of my favorite cards, the Deep Rest card. I love that. Look at this party time card. Like, it's just so cute. I really, really love it. And again, the little accompanying book is super easy to use. I love the quotes. She's got keywords here, as well as a little more in-depth explanation. Very, very cute. So let's see what your message is with the Higher Intuitions Oracle. And we'll pull a few charms as well. Let it be. I love this card. So let's pull a few charms. Okay, I pulled 4 here. So we have an octopus, we have the dog, and we have the turtle. Oh, and an owl too. So what I'll do is I'll interpret this using my intuition, and then I will use the deck or not the deck, pardon me, the book to see if there's any information that we need to know as well. But so for this Let It Be card and these charms, I'm thinking that a lot of you might be feeling overwhelmed, okay? Your mind might be going a mile a minute. Maybe you have a lot on your plate, or maybe you're taking on too much. A lot of you might be really concerned for the future, okay? Or you feel like you're not getting somewhere fast enough. With this turtle, makes me feel like for a lot of you, it's a fear of something not happening quick enough. Like, you've got this goal in mind, you've got something that you're going after, but you feel like it's just not quite happening quick enough. So with the Let It Be card, it just tells me to take a breath. Like, it's just sort of telling you to relax, don't take on too much with this octopus, and just sort of, it's really wanting you to focus on slowing down, okay? So when I see this particular dog charm, I think of like something calling your attention, and because he's sort of like looking right at the turtle, I think of like just slowing down. And either way, like, I just think of like, it's right now your attention needs to be on just taking a breath, okay? So taking a moment to relax, not stressing yourself out too much, and really just sort of letting things happen as they do, because again, oftentimes the things we worry about, you know, we tend to make them a lot worse in our head too. So yeah, just taking a rest. Sort of this too reminds me of enjoying the little things so in life. So if there's something, you know, taking a moment out, if you're out on a walk, or if there's something that you're doing, really being in the moment and focusing in on one thing. Like, don't think too much into the past, don't think too much in the future. And the dog charm makes sense too, because I saw one little picture and it had a dog and a man walking in a park. The man, his like thought bubble had like bills and conversations and all these things that he was thinking about, and the dog's little thought bubble just had like a tree in it, so what he was looking at. So really, I'm getting this sort of strong feeling here to just be in the moment, enjoy where you are right now, don't think too much into the future, and just sort of take time to notice little things that you enjoy, okay? So things that you find beautiful, like taking literally time to stop and smell the roses, or, you know, when you're eating something, take time to really taste it and enjoy that moment, and don't rush. Like, I think we're always rushing so much. Like, we want to get to this place, and we got to get this done by this time. We don't enjoy these things, and then before you know it, like a year goes by. Like, time goes by so quickly, guys, and it's just important to take a moment to really enjoy and be present in that moment. Okay, so let's just see what the book has to say to add on to that. Okay, so the hedgehog, let it be. So the keywords are release and time out, okay? And the quote here is, with the past, I have nothing to do, nor with the future, I live now. See, so that's beautiful. And that's by Ralph Waldo Emerson. So it says, hedgehog reminds you to stop putting so much fear into your life, instead just to let it be. Sometimes when you give your issue breathing room, it corrects itself, which is so true. When we experience fear or frustration, we immediately tense up our body, mind, and spirit, which hinders the flow of what we want to come to us. And we begin to visualize everything that we don't want instead of what we do want. So there's that sort of feeling of like, you know, law of attraction, what we focus on grows, right? Okay, shift your thoughts to what you want, not what you don't. There's a lesson in every life test, even though it can be painful. By being grateful instead of angry, the weight of the emotion will begin to gently heal and release itself from your grip. Therefore, if you're experiencing frustration or fear with any aspect of your life, career, money, love, etc., take a few minutes a day to visualize how you want that area to look. Okay, so, and then, let me see here. When we begin to say negative things such as, I will never have money to do things I want, instead say to yourself, stop. Then repeat what you do want. So again, like that's all about law of attraction here. I have enough money to do things I want. It takes some training, but before you know it, the things you don't want will begin to stop happening and the things you do want will start to flow. So I love that. So that makes sense with the owl too. So focusing on really like using your mind very wisely. Okay. And I do think there's that sense here of slowing down and just enjoying the moment. So that with that quote, sort of that sense of we're not in the past, we're not in the future, we're where we are right now. And that's all we can do. Okay. So I hope you enjoyed this message, guys. Please leave me a comment if you did. And I love hearing them. Any suggestions, of course, are always welcome. Thanks so much. Bye. Okay, so if you chose this deck, then you chose the Animal Allies deck by Jessica Swift. Another really sturdy box, just gorgeous. Nice little tuck box. And the artwork, wait till you see this, guys. This is beautiful. And I'll link her information below as well. And beautiful, beautiful cards. So matte finish is probably standard oracle size, a little bit bigger than a tarot card. And I think that this particular deck goes really nice with the tarot fauna. So they really complement each other really, really nicely. But oftentimes I'll just pull one of these a day. I've been using these a lot lately for just single card pulls. And I really love them. So wait till you see this artwork. So really easy to shuffle. And look at this. Look at the borders and the pigmentation. It's just absolutely gorgeous. These are really mixed up here. So I'll do my best to show you the one boat outside. So like tiger. This. Like look at the colors and like the borders and the... I just really love... I love this deck. I love all of my animal decks. But just gorgeous. Yeah, like really matte, nice cardstock. Very, very pretty. Easy enough to shuffle. Again, they're a little bit bigger, but I always manage. So usually I'll go like that. And what she has instead of a book is a sheet. Okay, so on the sheet is each animal alphabetically, and it has all the information that you would need. But these cards are really nice to read intuitively with, and you sort of get the hang of what each animal means. Personally to you, but again, lots of information here. So this tucks away nicely in the box. And what we'll do is we'll pull a card and I'll use this meaning too, okay, to sort of expand on whatever I intuitively get for your message today. So we'll pull a card and a few charms and sort of see what comes up. So your message today. Turtle, okay. Let's pull a few charms. Okay, so you have, okay, very nice here. I'm already picking up on a message here. So with the turtle, obviously I think of almost like slow and steady wins the race. So it seems to me the card here is really wanting you to focus on taking some time to slow down. Okay, don't rush yourself. So with the bee here, I think a lot of you have a particular goal, or you've been working very hard at something, very busy, you know, really sort of constantly working or having your mind on something, like really working towards something, and it's just telling you not to rush yourself. So I do get the sense of having to take care of yourself or slow down, or maybe even just take a moment to stop, like take a vacation. Okay, so that's the general feeling I'm getting, is that for a lot of you, you know, you've been working so hard and moving forward that you're almost burning yourself out, okay? So it is about sort of slowing down, taking some time, not rushing yourself, and yeah, just sort of enjoying the process, enjoying the journey. It really comes up here. Let's see if I'm missing anything here. you know, with this one, I think of being stubborn. Okay, so perhaps some of you, that maybe that's why you're working so hard, or you really want to get this, whatever this is, done by a certain deadline. So it's almost like just allowing yourself to take a vacation, allowing yourself to take a break, not rushing yourself, and realizing that if you do take a break or allow yourself to slow down, you're actually going to probably be more productive, okay? Because again, if you burn yourself out, it's going to be hard to get anything accomplished. So let's go ahead and refer to the page here and see what Jessica's interpretation is. Okay, turtle, grounding, connecting with Mama Earth and her wise ancient rhythms, patience and determination. So sort of like I was saying, like staying determined, but also being patient with yourself too. Everything moves, grows, lives at its own pace. Honor your own pace, your own cycle. Take your time. You have all the time you need. It is enough. Center yourself by getting close to the earth, both land and water. Mama Earth will give you everything you need. Go within, take a break. See, it's big here. It's a strong feeling I'm getting is taking a break is very important. When you need to replenish yourself, protect and honor your precious and incredible life. So it is about self-preservation too, like protecting yourself. Because if you burn yourself out and you don't remember to take, a few moments to allow yourself to rest, you're really gonna, like once you get there, you might be so tired that you don't even enjoy it. So just enjoying the process, enjoying the journey, and giving yourself some time and being very patient with yourself is important for you, okay? So I really hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please let me know below. I know this was a bit of a different style of reading, but I had a lot of fun doing it with the animal charms and sort of that animal-focused vibe today. So let me know if you enjoyed it and if you have any other suggestions. Thanks so much. Bye. Okay, so I couldn't tell if I was recording there, but if you chose the last group, then you chose the the Spirit Animal Oracle by Colette Baron Reid. And this one, as soon as it came out, because I love her decks, I had to get it. I just was so excited. So this deck I use a lot. I use it a lot for personal readings. I use it a lot to bring to tarot parties, and I just love it. I love the box. It's just like a little present when you receive it. Like, I love sturdy boxes. That's part of what I really look for in a deck. It's just a really nice deck box to store on the shelf. So, and I oftentimes do keep my decks in their boxes, their original boxes, so it just keeps them really nice and safe. And when I am transporting them to parties, you just know that they're going to be taken care of. So love that. Her classic, all of Colette's tarot books or oracle books look so nice together because they're all the same size and they just look so cute on a shelf. So I really love her oracle books, her guide books. And very organized. So on each one, you'll have your number, so it's easy to flip to and refer to. And the artwork, guys. So again, standard oracle size. I would say it's about the same size as, well, it's the same size of all of Colette's decks. But if you're not used to her, like it's just, so I'll just sort of take here a tarot card. See, it's bigger than your standard tarot card, but love it. Really easy to shuffle. Another matte deck, so sort of just glides really easy. Very, very nice. And the backings are really beautiful too. That's something I really pick up on, I love deck backings. Like, I love the backs of them. And this is definitely one of my favorites of hers. I just think it's so beautiful, the colors. I hope they're picking up. But what I think I'm going to do, just like the other ones, is I'm going to pull a card for your message for today, and then a couple animal charms as well to add on to the message. And then I'll tell you my interpretation and what my intuitive feeling is, and then we'll pull the meaning from the book too and see if there's anything else that needs to be added on to it, okay? So let's pull you a card. First, let me just quickly flip through it because I showed the other one, so I'll just show you. So it's borderless, and I mean, the artwork, this deck, I swear, one of my friends, I did her cards with it, and she bought it immediately. She loves it. I mean, look at that. Like, the colors, and it's just so much fun to work with. Now, the artist, I always pronounce her name, and I hope I'm saying it right, but I believe it's Jenna Gratalia. Jenna Della Gratalia. I'm so sorry if I'm saying that wrong. But she does, I believe, most of the artwork for Colette's decks. And I just like to make sure that the artist receives credit because, like, look at this. Like, just so beautiful. So gorgeous. The owl card. It's one of my favorites. And I like this because it has the main animal name, and then it has a little quick little message here. So you don't even really need to refer to the book. You could just read intuitively based on the keywords here. So love that. But let's pull you a card. Let's see what your message is. This one wanted to fly out. Overcome any obstacle. Love this. So the Rhino Spirit. Let's pull you a few. Oh, look, it sort of reminds me. I'm just going to keep pulling double charms here because I'm trying not to look, so I'm just grabbing whatever. Okay. Oh, this elephant makes a lot of sense for that too. Okay. So, for you guys, overcome any obstacle. This sort of just reminds me that maybe sometimes you might doubt your ability to overcome these obstacles. It's just telling you to really move forward, charge forward, and that you have the ability to overcome any problems, okay? Again, it's easy to get overwhelmed. It's easy to feel sort of, I don't know, like you get that sort of overwhelmed, defeated feeling, and we all do. But this is just telling you to really charge forth and find your own inner strength to really sort of plow through these problems, focus in on just sort of charging through. And I'm telling you, you can really get through any problem. And I get the same sort of feeling with this charm too. It's that sort of like charging forth. I'm so tongue-tied today, guys. I'm so sorry. And same with the elephant. So, you know, clearing your path, like being able to just get through any obstacles, the strong feeling that I'm feeling here. And just based on the keywords here, overcome any obstacle, like it's just a general tone of the fact that maybe some of you are feeling a little bit overwhelmed or feeling like you're in the middle of something quite challenging. It's just telling you to stay strong, keep going, okay? Keep charging forth, because there will be an end in sight. There's going to be an answer or solution or relief from whatever issue. Like there's always, you know, in life, there's always times of difficulties and always times of relief and things sort of, you know, making a lot more sense, okay? So just keep your eye on the prize, keep charging forward. Just make sure I'm not missing anything here. Like, look how beautiful. And that's sort of the feeling I'm getting. Like, I feel like whatever this problem is that you're working through right now is going to lead to something quite beautiful. It's going to blossom into something that you really wanted. So all this hard work is really going to pay off for you. The frog, I think of being adaptable, and again, sort of moving forward, leaping forward with courage, okay? So let's just look at the book here. So again, very easy to use. So we have 50, so we can just quickly turn to that page. Okay, so it says, we always have the choice to press ahead. The Rhino Spirit's strength offers you the power to break through stubborn obstacles. This animal spirit knows there are more than one way to open a path to what you seek. When Rhino Spirit appears, you are reminded that you have the marvelous ability to overcome obstacles in multiple ways. By going around them, shattering them with the force of clear, deliberate intentions, or even transforming them into clouds that drift away, by refusing to allow them to limit you. Apply your Rhino Spirit with creativity, and no obstacle can stand, for you have the magic to make many ways in oh my gosh, I'm sorry guys. Oh, it's like reading in front of class. You know, when you were called to read in front of class, it's like you'd practice, and or you'd be like, oh shoot, I have to read ahead. But anyways, sorry guys. Anyways, apply your Rhino Spirit with creativity, and no obstacle can stand, for you have the magic to make, and many ways in which you make it. In which to make it. Oh, okay. I see what I think I was just reading it in a weird way. Your power is awesome right now. Sorry about that, guys. But yeah, just the feeling like you guys have potential to turn any situation into something beautiful. And I love that it says there are different ways to handle each obstacle, okay? There's always a solution. My mom always says there's a solution to every problem. And every time I've ever felt frustrated or, you know, bothered by something, she always says there's a solution to every problem. And you know what? There is. There's, like, more often than not, there's a way to really come through on the other side and find a solution that's going to work and lead to something, okay? Lead to something positive. Okay. Let's just make sure I'm not missing anything. Rhino Spirit also wants to remind you that when an obstacle appears to prevent you from getting what you desire today, it means that something better is coming. See? So like I was saying with these flowers, I think like these obstacles might actually lead you to something unexpected and very beautiful, something very positive. So guys, I hope you enjoyed your message. Please let me know if you did down below. I know this was a little bit different, and definitely check out the link to Tara's video. I love her interpretation of all her cards too. So yes, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.